The plasma drill bit through another layer of crystallized sand, sending sparks cascading down the excavation shaft. Marcus wiped sweat from his brow, the triple suns of Kepler 442b beating down mercilessly on the archaeological site. 3 months of digging in this forsaken wasteland, following quantum resonance signatures that his professors back on Earth had dismissed as instrument error. But Marcus knew better. The readings were too precise, too structured to be natural formations. The drills suddenly lurched, hitting something solid. Marcus killed the power and peered into the shaft. Beneath the sandy debris, a section of hull plating gleamed, not the dull gray of standard ship alloy, but something that seemed to drink in light and reflect it back with an otherworldly shimmer. Impossible, he whispered, his heart hammering against his ribs. Marcus spent the next 6 hours carefully clearing the debris. What emerged defied every principle of xenoarchaeology he'd studied. The ship was massive, at least 300 meters of visible hull, and its design was hauntingly familiar yet alien. Organic curves flowed seamlessly into geometric patterns that hurt to look at directly, as if they existed in more dimensions than human vision could process. But it was the symbols etched along the hull that made his blood run cold. He'd seen them before, in dreams that had plagued him since childhood. Dreams of endless void, of battles fought among dying stars, of a voice calling him across impossible distances. Marcus placed his palm against what looked like an access panel. The metal was warm, pulsing with a rhythm that matched his heartbeat. The symbols began to glow, cycling through spectrums of light that shouldn't have been visible to human eyes. The ship awakened. Systems hummed to life with a sound like cosmic wind. The hull plating shifted, revealing an airlock that opened with perfect silence. Atmosphere rushed out. Not the stale air of a derelict, but fresh, clean oxygen that carried the faint scent of jasmine and ozone. Marcus hesitated for only a moment before stepping inside. The interior defied the ship's external dimensions. Corridors stretched impossibly far, their walls lined with bioluminescent conduits that pulsed like neural pathways. The floor felt soft beneath his boots, responding to each step with gentle give, as if the ship itself were alive. He found himself drawn toward what could only be the bridge. The chamber was vast, dominated by a command chair that seemed grown rather than built. Holographic displays materialized around him, showing star charts of regions no human had ever mapped, tactical displays of battles fought before Earth's sun was born. "Good to serve you again, Admiral," came the voice, neither male nor female, speaking directly into his mind. 500 years later. Marcus spun around, but the bridge remained empty. "Who's there? Show yourself." Marcus Rodriguez wiped the grease from his hands as the fusion reactor's hum settled into its familiar rhythm. Another successful repair at the Luna colony's primary power station. The job paid well enough to keep his small workshop running, but barely covered the mounting costs of his daughter's gene therapy treatments back on Earth. The workshop's proximity sensor chimed. Marcus glanced at the security feed, expecting another routine maintenance droid delivery. Instead, a massive metallic form hunched outside his airlock, scales gleaming under the harsh lunar surface lighting, wings folded against a serpentine body that stretched nearly 50 meters. A dragon. One of the engineered constructs from the Titan mining operations. Marcus had heard about them but never seen one up close. Biotech corporations had created them decades ago, combining synthetic biology with mechanical augmentation. Living ships, essentially. Capable of surviving in hard vacuum, processing raw materials, and thinking with near-human intelligence. They'd been instrumental in humanity's expansion through the outer system until the economic collapse made their upkeep too expensive. Most had been decommissioned years ago. The dragon's head turned toward the workshop's external camera, revealing eyes that glowed with bioluminescent circuitry. When it spoke, the words came through the comm system in a voice that carried unexpected dignity despite its mechanical undertones. "Excuse me, sir. May I have leftovers?" Marcus stared at the screen. Leftovers? Energy scraps. Waste heat. Discarded fuel cells. The dragon's massive head lowered slightly. I have not fed in 47 days. Understanding hit Marcus like a meteor strike. The dragon was starving. Without regular maintenance from its corporate handlers, it was slowly dying in the cold vacuum of space. I don't have much, Marcus said, checking his workshop's energy reserves. Maybe some depleted uranium cells. Some thermal waste from the reactor work. Anything would be appreciated, sir. Something in those glowing eyes made Marcus pause. He'd spent his career fixing machines, but this wasn't just a machine talking to him. The politeness, the careful formality, it spoke like someone who had learned not to ask for too much, who expected disappointment.